Hello everyone, welcome to Jennifer's Sewing and Creativity. In today's video we're going to continue with the purple mandala. But first, if it's your first time joining my channel, welcome. If you're returning from a previous video or you are a previous subscriber, welcome back. Today we're going to do the peaks here. They're a little hard to see. We are almost finished. I'm just going to finish these with yellow. I think I'm going to add some yellow spots here, and then this one will be completed. I think I will be doing a video on how I clean it up and then how we seal it. And that way, I've never sealed one before, but I have watched a video by, I think her name's Lydia May, and she shows how she does her paintings, how she seals them, and she just does a Minwax sealer, acrylic sealer. So we're going to try that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to first do my dots. I'm going to continue with the yellow in these spots. And I'm going to use my dotting center tools. And I think I want to go with a number 10, which is a size 8mm. And we're going to do that right in this spot. These right here and here. And again, I am using, the yellow I am using is the Craft Smart Dark Yellow. All my other paints that I've used are Apple Barrel. My husband was jamming to music out in the other room, so I had to shut my door and tell him that I'm going to be filming, so he had to turn the music down. We don't want to get busted for any copyright. I'm hoping that these yellow dots do not crack. I will show you in just a moment what I mean. I have heard other painters comment on YouTube videos and on, I belong to several different dot painting groups on Facebook, and the reason why the yellow cracks is because of the, I want to say it's because of the pigment. Yellow is just a thinner pigment, and I think that has something to do with it. And also it, if you do mix it with a little bit of white, the titanium white, I think that's supposed to help. I did not do that in this case. I think I'll remember to do that next time. But I really wanted a nice bright yellow, so I'll have to experiment with that without compromising the actual shade. Okay, I really didn't like this mandala when I first started it. I was really disappointed with it, but the more I progress on it, I'm really liking it. And those are our yellow dots so far. I do have the camera adjusted a little more closely. Get a wet wipe to clean this. I like to clean my tools right away. If you're coming from the previous video, I commented that before. I like to keep my tools clean. Okay, so we're going to go with those yellow dots there. I don't think I'm going to add another dot in this spot, but like I was saying let's find a good one. I think that one you can probably see. You can see that crack in the middle. It's right in that little spot right there. And that's where the yellow kind of just cracked. And someone said that you can just dot over it again, and hopefully that will take care of it. I might not even do that. I might just leave it as it is, and hopefully when I seal it, it'll kind of like make that disappear. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm actually going to continue with the yellow, and I'm going to also use my dotting center tools, but I'm going to start with I have an 8, a 7, a 6, and a 5, and they'll all progress down in size. So my 8 is a 5 millimeter, then we'll go down to a 7, a 3 millimeter, and then on down to a 2.5. And I will show you how that's going to come in. So we'll go with an 8 first. So the 8's going to go right there. And we're going to continue all the way around with the 8. I hope you guys can see that okay. I'm just going in between right there. And I don't mind that I'm kind of going away from the shapes that this is. You can see that these are kind of like in points, the marks. And those are just basically a guideline. So I'm just kind of like using those for hopefully what I'm trying to do will translate here in a minute. Okay, and this is the last one for the 8 millimeter. We are going to go, I'm cleaning that one off again because I'm going to just switch to the opposite end of this tool, and we're going to go with the 7. And I'm going to place it. It's not that much smaller, I think, because of the pressure I'm applying. I'll just do it just maybe a little bit, not as much pressure. That one's really messed up. I'm going to wipe that off right away so I can continue dotting on that. Okay. Okay, so that actually kind of cleaned up pretty good. You can't really see it because I'm going to just dot right in that spot anyway. So, my number 7. And I'm not going to put as much pressure there. Okay, so that's a little better. And just a couple more spots. Okay, so that's done with the number 7. I'm going to clean that one off, and I'm going to go down to the number 6, and so on my video where I first showed this project, that would be 2 videos back, I mentioned that I've been sick. I do feel a lot better today. I still get like the bad sinus headache, and today has been a air quality advisory for our state because of the fires burning. And I wasn't outside very much today at all, maybe 20 minutes, if even that much, but enough to get a headache still from the smoke lift in the air. Okay, so now we are going to go, I'm going to switch over to the opposite end for number 5, which will be an even smaller yellow dot. And I'm trying to line these up without getting too much out of, so I'm going to kind of like point them. And one thing I think I want to do is do some corner dots here on the corners when we're finished. Okay, so that's it for that part. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with a nail styler, a nail stylist daughter, and I think I want to keep the same. There's a Luna hair stuck on the end of that. I think I got it off. Okay, and I'm gonna just do some walk dot, not really walk the dots, but just kind of to kind of complete that point. And I'm going to try to keep these so I can keep it straight. If I remember correctly, I seen a dot painter here on YouTube, and I think she called, where you're doing the dots where they're like basically all one size, I think she called it strings of pearl. So where there or strings of beads. Doesn't necessarily have to be pearl, but okay. Okay, I actually really like that. The yellow is really making the rest of the purples pop. You might be able to hear, I don't know if you can hear it over the camera, but I have a video editing and rendering right now, and that video will be up tonight. I also have my ceiling fan on, trying to keep it cooler in here. I have a big ring light, and it seems to be putting off some heat. But I believe my lighting has gotten better. At least I hope so. A little too small. I hope I'm still in frame. And I want to be able to finish this tonight, so we're just gonna go with it until it's completed, and hopefully it won't be too long. We are at almost 16 minutes now. I still need to work on speeding up certain, just do like a fast forward clip. That's going to be things that I kind of like work in the background until I get that, until I'm confident enough that I can edit that. And I think this is looking really pretty. Please leave your comments down below what you think of the colors. I shared it on my personal Facebook page yesterday, and a lot of my friends really liked it. They liked the colors. Let me know what you guys think. I did also include on that first video in the description where you can get color palettes. If you can't figure out what colors you want to use in your dot paintings, Miranda Patron Art.com. You can go to her site, and she has a link that will take you to her Pinterest page, and she has a really great color palette that you can check out. I'm not sponsored by her in any way. It'd be awesome to be sponsored by another artist. It'd be so cool. Maybe someday. I first started off watching Rachel at the Dotting Center, and then there is another group on Facebook, a dot painting group, that her name is Demi, and she makes beautiful dot mandala mirrors. They're these round mirrors with the mirrors in the center, and then it's like a round frame around the mirror, and they are so pretty. She does some really pretty work. I don't know how to do the link to their, but I will leave the name of her Facebook group page in the description box. I did try to leave a link to my YouTube on my Instagram page, and for some reason when I hit the OK, the link wasn't there. It let me enter it, but once I hit OK to save it, it wasn't there. So I'm not sure what I did. We are almost finished with this part. I've got 2 more points to do, and then we will do the corners, and then this mandala, I believe, will be finished. I don't think I want to do any top dots. I really like the way it looks just as is. I like the simplicity, I think, of just the one dot. The only thing I may dot over is, like I said, these larger yellow ones where they're cracked. And before I start another painting that I use a yellow, I'm going to experiment with mixing some titanium white in with it to see if that gives it like a better consistency. Maybe better body. I'm not sure how to say that correctly. So, and one more point, and then we're going to just do some dots in the corners and walk a little, and or not walk, but maybe just do the bead. And then this one will be complete. Okay. And I think I will be doing the dots in the corners as the purples. Okay, so there are the yellows, and let me turn this a little bit so you can see that a little better. I really like it so far. And we're going to go ahead and do some dots in the corner. And I want to do, I think I'm going to use my number, let's go with my, let's go with the 12 millimeter. So it, excuse me, so it actually looks like some really nice larger dot. Okay, so you know what? Go. 12. And this is the royal violet color. So it's a little bit harder to see. I'm going to wipe that off right away. I'm going to go with the next, I'm going to go with the 10. I'm going to go with the 9. And then so the 10 and the 9. And that kind of blended in together, so I'm going to wipe that off really quickly. And find a clean wet wipe to do that with. And I saved it without having to there we go. oops, I did a paint gloop. You can see that right there. I'm going to just wipe that off with this other so I don't make a mess. Even more of a mess. So 10. And I'm not quite done with this one yet. I'm going to just do some smaller little dots. I'm going to wipe this off. And I clean off my tools right away. And some of your pigments will, some of the pigmented, darker pigmented colors will stain your tool. Rachel at the Dotting Center has these in 2 different sets where the tips are white, how like mine. She has some that are black. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this larger dotting stylus and just do 3. 1, 2, 3. That one was a little too close, but we're okay. I hope I'm in frame. I know it's really hard to see this particular color, but with the next one, it should be a little better. A good thing is I am almost out of this purple in this little cup, so I'm not wasting a whole lot of paint. I'm kind of like really frugal. I don't like wasting stuff. If I can help it. Okay, so there is that one, and I'm going to clean that tool off right away. I'm going to go right into the next color, which was our purple, and I'm just going to use the next tool size down, which was an 11. And I'm going to just do the same exact thing. Might be a little too big, but we're okay. Okay, I'm going to go down to the 10 and then the 9. So 10. Okay. And It feels really good to be getting a painting done. This will be the largest one that I've done. I have done a couple other ones, but they were just practice ones that I don't really share because they were sloppy, and I just was not happy with those. Okay, so that size dot was these were a 10, these were a, actually this one was an 11, these are 10, and these are 9. So I'm going to just do a couple more of the I'm only doing 2 of the smaller dots on this one. Oops, I put my finger right in that. I think I will have to, yeah, I have to fix that little mistake right there. I'm getting excited because I'm getting to the end of it, so I'm starting to rush a little bit. Just need to slow down. We are okay on time. We're only at 30 minutes. And I think within the next 10 minutes we will be done. Okay, so that color is finished. I'm going to redot that one right here real quick. And that was a number 10, I believe. Let's do that really quick. That was right here. Okay. So our next color is the custom color that I mixed. That was the lavender and the wild iris. And I will be dotting with a number 9 and a number 8. So I'm going to go around and do the 9 first, since it's all in one tool. And then I'll have to clean this one off and switch to another tool. Oops, I almost caught that corner again. Okay, so we're going to switch tools, and then we are going to the number 8 for the 2 side dots. But on this one, I think I'm just going to do 1 side dot instead. And then we're going to go with the two. And I think we'll give it a nice day to completely dry. I will erase, I will show you just how you erase your marks. Really simple. And you can take a damp cloth when you know it is completely dried and wipe over it to get any residue off. And then you can seal. Okay, so now our final color and our final that will be completed. This next dot will be a number 8 and then down to the number 7, and then we'll just do 1 little dot and then we are finished. So this is the Lilac Mist. I'm going to redot that one because I don't think I have enough paint on there. Okay, there we go. One. I hope I'm staying in frame for you guys to see. I'm really happy that this is just about finished. In a live video, I can work a smaller painting. This particular size is a 12 by 12, so I can do maybe I think I have some 6 by 8 canvases that we can work on a small one, and it will be a little bit better for time allotment. I don't know if you guys like to watch longer videos on things like this. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. And we're just going to do one little small dot. One little small dot. One. And my friends, we are now finished. That is completed. I think one thing that I will do while we're all still here is I will clean this tool off really good, and I'm going to go ahead and do another dot over these large yellow ones. The crack is just kind of annoying me. I'm going to just do a light dot over where the cracks are. And hopefully this will kind of like fix those cracks. There we go. So that is it. I am going to adjust the camera. I will be right back and we will see the full picture. Give me just a moment. Okay, so there we go. There is the whole picture, the whole mandala, and we will give it a day or two to dry completely so I can erase all our lines. I can do a little touch up here and there. I got a little drop of yellow here and a couple up here. So I will clean those up and then I will show you how to seal it in my next video. So stay tuned for that video in a few days, and we'll see you soon. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.